Happy Friday, my caring students! How are you all doing today? I hope you all had an amazing week, and I guess you're all excited for the weekend. So, today is going to be a special day because every day is a special day because we will learn something new today. We will still have our unit of inquiry lesson, but this is something different from what you've learned before. So, this is a new information for you. Not totally new because we have been doing and we have been learning these from the beginning of even from the beginning, even from our first day in school, we have been learning these already. But today it's like would be the perfect time for us to talk about it. So, but before we go on to that, first let's review what we had yesterday. Our IBPYP learner profiles. I know you all know all of those 10 already, but let's just try to say those profiles again, okay? First one, let's all say it together. Inquirers. But we're going to say it like this. Because we are all IBPYP learners, we'll say we are. Okay? We are inquirers. We are inquirers. Means we like to ask questions and find out the answer to those questions. Next, we are knowledgeable. We are knowledgeable. Because we are inquirers and we love to find out the answers to those questions, it turns out that we learn a lot of things which helps us become knowledgeable. Right? We are thinkers. We are thinkers. We are all thinkers because we always think critically, we always think deeply about the questions that we have and try to find solution for those questions and problems. And as we all know, we are all communicators. We are communicators because we communicate properly with others and we tell them we'll present our ideas by communicating well. And this is the first learner profile that we learned. We are principled. We are principled. We know which one is right, we know which one is wrong, and we try our best to do what is right. We are open minded. We are open minded. We accept ideas of other people. We accept who they are. We know that there are many different things to learn and we try to be open minded to all those ideas and knowledge. We are caring. That is 100% sure that we are all caring because we care about ourselves, our family, our health. We care about our school, our country. We care about our planet. We are risk takers. You guys exactly know that you are risk takers by trying something new. But being a risk taker doesn't mean, oh, we have to try something new, but we have to be a really good thinker and at the same time be principled to become a good risk taker. We don't just try something new because, I want to try something new, but we want to try something new because we know that it will help us a lot. And we have to be really principled at the same time and thinker to become a very good risk taker. So we really have to think carefully. Is this something new that I'm about to try, that I'm about to do? Is this a right thing? Is this a wrong thing? Maybe if it's a wrong thing, maybe it's not worth the risk. So we can just skip and try something else. We are all balanced because we try to keep our body healthy. We try to keep the people around us healthy too. And we try to balance our schedule by playing schedule. We know we all need to sleep, we all need to rest, and we all know that we need to have study time. And lastly, the one we had yesterday, we are all reflective thinkers. In every unit that we have, each activity that we do in school or even at home, we try to reflect in those activities. And we try to think, how do I do this better? What can I improve? How can I be a better student? How can I learn better? I think I did great on this task. We are always reflective learners. So that's beautiful. So let's say those learner profiles one more time. We are inquirers. We are knowledgeable. We are thinkers. We are communicators. We are principled. We are open minded. We are caring. We are risk takers. We are balanced. We are reflective. Amazing. So, as mentioned a while ago, I told you we will learn something new today. This is not learning something new. Okay, let me correct that. This is talking about something that we've already been doing. So we never really had an exact talk about this, a proper discussion about this, but we've all been doing this. These are called approaches to learning, or these are in short term for this is called ATL skills. Something new, right? So it can be a little difficult. So we can say the letters A, T, L. The long one for that is approaches to learning. Let's say that again. Approaches. Approaches to learning. Approaches to learning. But we can just simply say ATL. ATL. And these approaches to learning, we're going to learn about the skills. Approaches to learning skills. So what are those approaches to learning skills, or ATL skills? ATL skills. These are the 5 ATL skills. In IBPYP, we have 5 approaches to learning skills. Wow, that is so long. This is the reason why we never really had this discussion before, because I didn't want you guys to stress so much about the new words that you have to learn. You have to learn about the IBPYP learner profiles. You have to learn about the different transdisciplinary theme and different central ideas. So many things, right? So, though we've been doing this a lot, we never really talk about the words because I know this could be a little difficult for you before. But now I guess you are getting so comfortable about the different words or languages we used in IBPYP. So, this is a new challenge for you. And you guys are all risk takers. Even though you know these are difficult words, soon enough we try to use them all the time. We will learn them and we will be able to practice them so well. Okay, enough talking for that. So, approaches to learning, or ATL skills. We have 5 of them in IBPYP. First one is called social skills. Next is called research skills. Then thinking skills and communication skills. Finally, self-management skills. So it's not a process, okay? Don't get mistaken, I'm using sequence words. It's just because the way I talk. But this is not a process. It doesn't need to be like, oh, first we need to do social skills and then we need to do nope, nope, nope. So these social skills, these are the skills that will help us in so many ways in learning in IBPYP. Social skills is about how you communicate with other people. Research skills is how you find information. Thinking skills is about how you think and solve problems. Communication skills is how you communicate your ideas, exchange information. Self-management skills is about how you organize yourself, your state of mind. So that's the reason why it has the word self. But that's a lot. Don't worry, relax. We are not going to talk about all these skills today. I will just introduce you about the 5 skills, and we will talk one skills. Okay? So, why do we need to learn? Why do we need to have these skills? These ATL skills, why? What are these, Miss Annika? Why do we need to have these approaches to learning skills? This helps us learn How to learn? Wait, that's confusing. How do I learn how to learn? To learn something, we use different ways. If we want to know about the life cycle of a frog, there are many different ways to learn about it. We can use our social skills by talking to people about it, our communication skills. Maybe we can use our thinking skills. Think carefully about the life cycle of a frog and maybe think about some questions you have. We can use our research skills and research about the life cycle of a frog. So that is why we say approaches to learning skills helps us learn how to learn. So how to learn about a knowledge, how to learn about the life cycle. So we learn how to do that. So there's no one way to learn about something. There are many different ways. And these skills helps us to learn how to learn. Next one we'll have okay. It helps us to play the piano. Nope. It's called practice. So these skills we don't learn them at once. We're not very good at all those skills yet. But we improve it with practice. We keep practicing those skills and we improve as we practice. Just like when you play the piano, the first time you play the piano, you can't even make a beautiful music. But as you practice, you improve. Same with dancing. The first time you dance Waka Waka, oh my god, it was so crazy. But we kept practicing because you know you needed teamwork, so you practice with your team. You needed to cooperate with your team, and you've been practicing a lot. And after a few weeks, you learned how to dance it so well. So these skills are skills they all improve with practice. And these skills helps us learn independently because it helps us learn how to learn. Once we know how to know about something or how to learn, once we know how to study, once we know how to find the answers to our questions, soon enough we will learn independently. We will do the tasks by ourselves. Of course we still need help from teachers and parents, but most of the time we try to do it first by ourselves. And then that's how we learn independently. Next one, never stop learning. And you see the book? It says never stop learning. These skills helps us to become lifelong learners. Lifelong learners. If you have all these skills, if you know all these skills, if you improve all these skills, you can become lifelong learners. As IBPYP students, we try our best to become lifelong learners. What does it mean to become lifelong learners? Lifelong learners means that even if we are not in school, we want to always learn. We always want to find answers to our questions. If we have problems, we don't just give up. We try our best to find solution to those problems. Even if you finish school already, you're already big, you're still lifelong learners because you have those skills to become problem solvers. You have those skills to learn more. Because as we grow older, we keep learning a lot of different things. And these approaches to learning skills, these ATL skills, they really help us a lot. Once we have them in our heart, once we have them in our minds, these skills can never be taken away from us. And these skills will always help us to become lifelong learners, to always give our best to find solutions to our problems, even if we're not in school anymore. Wow. Well, don't worry, guys. I know this is gonna be too much information for you, but as we go through this journey, we will get familiarized with all these skills. So these are all the skills: thinking skills, social, communication skills, self-management skills, and research skills. And these are the things that we try to do or try to improve under those skills. So these are specific example. For our unit, we are trying to focus on research skills and thinking skills. And for today, We don't have to focus on those two because it's going to be too much information, I know. Today, we're going to talk about research skills. So, what does it mean to have research skills? These research skills means that we can ask questions. I love to use we. This poster says I. But as a team, as a whole class, we try to do things as a team. Even if we're trying to do it independently by ourselves, we always try to do it for a team, for everybody. So I will just replace this one with we. Is that okay? So for research skills, we can ask questions. Can you ask questions? It means you already developed that research skill of asking questions. As IBPYP learners, we are inquirers, and even from the beginning of the term, we've already been asking a lot of questions, especially you guys. You asked more questions than me. And then we also find answers in books. Because we have those questions, we find answers in books. You don't just wait for Miss Danica to tell you the answer. Most of the time, you find the answers by yourselves. We find answers on the computer. Have you been doing this lately? Yes, you're right. You've been doing this a lot lately. We find answers on the computer. We show what we learned. We show what we learned. So, after having those questions, after finding answers from books and computer, we do presentations as always. That's how we do it. So, these are the basic research skills that we develop in IBPYP. And to be more specific, here are more examples. The research skills that we use in our school or in our class or as IBPYP learners, even if we are not in school, here are those research skills. So these are just like four of them. Here is going to be more detailed. First one, the skill of formulating questions. We formulate questions. The word questions, you already know that, right? It means we think of questions. We make questions. We ask questions. Can you do this? Even from the beginning, even from the first unit, you guys are so good at this already, and you've been improving a lot with the questions that you make. Before, you used to ask questions that are like, huh, maybe it's something that when I read the question, it confuses me or it confuses other people. So, but that's still a question, and it was a good start. But now, if you compare your questions from the first questions you had, it has improved a lot. You now ask really good and smart questions. So I believe this skill of asking questions, you are so good at it. And we can always improve still. So that's what it means. This research skill includes thinking questions, making questions, and asking questions. Uh-oh, that's a mistake. Next one. You know what they're doing? I believe they're looking at something in the jar. We observe. We observe. Observe means we just look around. We just find something. We don't really do anything yet, but we just look using our senses. Our senses means we look at it, we listen, we try to touch or feel, not really touch, but we feel, we taste. That's how we observe. So using our senses, we observe. We can do this outside, at school. We can even observe by watching videos. Or we can also, when we observe, we try to think deeply. So when we observe, we don't talk too much. So most of the time we listen, we feel, we look at, and we think deeply. That's how we observe. And how that's what you've been doing too, right? So, so that's another skill that I believe you guys are already good at. Observing using your senses. Next one is look what you're doing. Oh, you guys are so good at this. We plan. So once we have our questions, then we observe things around us. We already know something. Next thing is we plan about how to answer the question. So we usually, as an IVPYP team, we've been doing this a lot. We do teamwork or cooperation. We brainstorm. So we think of different ideas and we share our ideas how to answer or how to solve a problem. We even have meetings, remember? About we had different meetings about our class story, about the Halloween party. We had different meetings, big meetings or small group meetings. You've been doing it a lot. And we think of solution to the problems. That's how we plan. So this is the kind of skill that we also try to have under research skills, planning. So you guys have also been doing that and been improving it a lot. And these days, because you're at home, you've been planning with your parents, like how to complete the task. You've been discussing, you've been brainstorming, and you've been having meeting with your parents on how to solve the task or how to do the task. That's called planning. Next one, we collect, record, and organize data. So once we have the plan, then we start doing things. We start finding solution. We start looking for answers by collecting through interviews, books, reading on the internet, and survey. Even from the first unit, you guys already did interview and survey about healthy and unhealthy habits. And you've been doing it a lot too by inviting people in our classroom, even doing online interview using Skype with a Brazilian author. So you collect data using those different ways. And we also organize or record data by putting them on paper and by using journal, by scrapbook, by making poster. So those are different ways that we collect, record, and organize data. And all these things you have done already. Essay means writing sentences, long paragraphs about your ideas. You like your reflection. So you guys have been doing this a lot. See, this is what I was talking about. We have been doing all of these skills from the beginning, but we never really talk about them because that's a lot of information, a lot of English words to learn, right? So just like this, making a scrapbook, you have done that already. And lastly, we present our research. Under research skills, we improve our presentation skills or by presenting our research. And presentation is something that you guys are so excellent about. Through presentation or by presenting your research, we share what we learned and we also teach others about what we learned. And it is a beautiful way to celebrate what we have accomplished or what we have achieved. So this is the reason why we do a lot of presentations in our class or even at home. I'll let you do presentations of the things you've done. It's for the reason that the knowledge that we learned, those answers that we gathered, we don't keep them by ourselves. What can we do? How can we help if we don't share it with others? Yeah, you know it already, and but if you're the only one who knows the answer, that doesn't make sense. We need to put what we learned into something useful by sharing it with others, by teaching others about what we learned. And it's a beautiful way once we learn, once we teach others, once we share with others. That's a very beautiful way to celebrate our our learning, right? All those hard work that you have done learning, researching, planning, observing. Now it's time to celebrate by presenting, by presentations. This is the reason why Miss Danica really loves presentations. I love presentations so much. I love to see all your happy faces doing presentations. I love to see how confident you are doing presentations on videos, on stage, in the classroom. And most of the time, you are always excited. You always like, oh, I want to say something. I want to present my answer, my work. You're always super, super excited. And that's the reason why you're always very happy to present your research because it's a way to celebrate. It's not about like, this is what I learned. You're not bragging. I'm so good at this. Look at me. No, that's not how you do it. You celebrate because we try to teach others about the new knowledge that you learned, especially if it's something that you did by like something new that you feel like, oh, okay, my classmates doesn't know about this, other people doesn't know about this, and you'll be so proud to teach other people. It's a beautiful thing. See, you guys are teachers too. Mm. So those are the different research skills. So let's have the quick review before we talk about the task. We formulate questions or ask questions. We observe. We plan. We collect, record, and organize data. We present our research. And that was the last one. So here's going to be your task. Yesterday we learned again how to be a reflective learner. Now, think about your experiences. Be a reflective learner and think about your experiences or the things you have done in the past, your own actions, your own learning. And then give example situations where you exhibit the different research skills you've learned. So we have different research skills, right? What you're going to do is think about your experiences in the past and give example situations where you have done that skill. And for example, there is a skill that you're not very good about, you can also mention it. Like, for example, I'm not very confident in presenting my research. So be a reflective learner and then think about what can you do better. I hope next time I can speak up more confidently. I can make my voice even louder. So you can also mention those things that one time when I was in the classroom, my presentation skills, I was very shy. So that is something I would like to improve, and that next time I will speak up more confidently and loudly. So that's what you're gonna do. Be a reflective learner, think about your experiences, and give example situations where you have done those research skills. Okay? Or here's an example actually. I formulate questions when I asked, what happens inside a cocoon? And we forgot the question mark. I observe when I went to our garden to watch how caterpillar eats. So these are just examples. And these things should be something that you have done, okay? Because you're being reflective about your experience, about the things you've done. So don't just make it up. Just you have to put something that you have already done and try to be principled and honest about it. If it's something that needs to be improved, be proud about it. And that's okay. We're all going to work on that. If it's something you're really good at, that's amazing too. So everything, all ideas, all answers are welcome. Okay, I hope you guys have a nice Friday and enjoy your weekend with your family. I miss you all and I can't wait to see you all someday. I hope you learned a lot about these research skills because you are already good researchers. Bye!